Good morning, everybody, and this is your S&P 500 day trade setups for today. So, pretty chaotic day yesterday. So we first got onto the move down of a 1.5% slide down, and to be quite honest, expecting it to break through this bottom level and then move to the downside. Remember, yesterday I gave you these two levels. The only two that I'm really looking at the moment is 43.77 and 42.73 area. Those are the two areas. We break below, then we're looking for down for shorts. Break up here, we're looking for longs. So we've broken up, and we've got some pretty decent structure here. Just have a look at this on the daily as well. You can see, yeah, down, up. Lots of buyers scaling in here. You can see whenever you see tails like that, there are buyers scaling in. Look at the oscillators, grouped very nicely, crossed over quite nicely now as well. And now we ended up with a second green day in a row, even though it came all the way down here and basically was testing the downside again, really testing that break. So this little channel or range that was formed is basically a double bottom, and I'm just going to adjust this level now because that was the previous swing high. You can see we just have a look at the logic here as well. That's the important part, so you understand what's actually going on. So you can see a series of higher lows. So obviously what was happening is that the bears were trying to create a lower low, got a pin bar, not quite off structure, just off the trend line, and then try to come back and test it, and then all of a sudden it just disappeared. You can see this bar as well. They still tried to push it down, and then the smart money just decided to give up on it, and you can see just let it run. Key critical factor here is that we've broken above 43.72. So below the moving average is still below the 155. Remember, the 155 EMA is my trend. So logically we should be looking for an opportunity to get moving back to the downside, but this series of higher lows here doesn't really give me much confidence that that's what's going to happen. I think what's more than likely going to happen is a little bit of a bounce and then a bit of structure, maybe a bit of a break back underneath this level, and there are a few other levels to pay attention to, and I'm just going to put one in. It'll give you an idea. So it's this one here, which is 43.48. Remember, we've got jobs numbers today and we've got non-farm payrolls tomorrow, so anything's possible. We could actually just go sideways for a bit. So looking at our oscillator is not really our friend, telling us we should be coming back, and I agree with that. I think the healthy one would be a pullback onto 43.48. That tests the moving averages and tests the 155 EMA. So if we can hold above the 155 EMA on the hour, that's good enough for me. That's the new trend, and you can see here, you can see how we sort of stayed below it, and you can see here again as well, staying below it, all of this staying below it, so, and then staying above it in the uptrend. So for me, the 1 hour 155 is probably the key to a trend, so that just keeps me on the straight and narrow. So I'm looking for that pullback and then looking to buy into it. So if we can stay above the 155, time to start buying it, and it should start moving to the upside. Okay, so pullbacks again, just to watch 43.72 and 43.48. Pop down to the 15 minute is probably going to be the safest one for you to trade. Pretty strong, even with this chaos. I think this was a 350 point swings here on the 15 minute chart. I mean, that's insane. But anyway, that's kind of the structure I'm looking at the moment. So wait for the pullback and buy back into it. I think long-term portfolios as well. I've been scaling in on the bottom here anyway, so it's time for the Christmas rally. I think that's what we're looking at next. And once that's out the way, then let's have a look and see what's going to go on. And the Christmas rally is going to be interesting because there's clearly going to be stock shortages. Just manufacturing in China is down. If you look at all the satellite photographs of the ports, ships are just sitting in waiting, can't offload, and there's a whole lot of chaos going on. So what's that going to do to prices? So not good for the consumer, but pretty good for the company's profit line. So anyway, something to watch out for. It's definitely, from in my view anyway, we were looking for a pullback and for form a base, and then we're looking for a move up. And the first real target I'm looking at is this double bottom, and that takes us up to 44.56. Maybe not in one go, but definitely in a couple of goes. So that's kind of the view that I've got. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you bright and breezy tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.